Greetings gamers, I'm Shootkapow, and welcome back to Pikmas 2023. We've ranked some of the Pikmin themselves in the games, but another series I'm very invested in is Pokemon, as some of you might be surprised to hear. I actually do mainly Pokemon content on this channel if you want to check some of that out, but today's the day that the two worlds collide. Today, we're going to be giving Pokemon stats, abilities, types, and learn sets to each Pikmin type, and doing our best to make them each competitively viable. And maybe we'll rank them at the end too, so stay tuned. Let's lay some ground rules first. Pikmin work best as a group. They're team players, and I want to reflect that well in this video. Therefore, each Pikmin will have the hidden ability Friend Guard, shielding its teammate from 25% of all damage inflicted by any enemy attacks in double battles, the main competitive format. This is a very powerful ability, so to balance it out, each Pikmin form will be the same species, meaning that according to the species clause, only one of them can be used on a team at a time. They will also each have a base stat total of 500, though I may be min-maxing a couple of them. Each one will have a primary grass typing with a secondary type added on later, and secondary types won't be repeating. And one last thing, each of them will get a signature move that changes based on which type uses it. It will be called Seedy Shower and will have 90 base power, change depending on whatever the user's highest attack stat is currently, and will have secondary effects and change type depending on the form. We'll start off with the Reds like always. These guys are fiery fighters, with huge attack power and great defenses, in the face of heat at least. The Red Pikmin will be a Fire Grass type with the ability Flash Fire, letting it power up its own fire type moves when hit by an attack on top of an immunity to the type. It will also get the secondary ability Guts, boosting its attack when it's afflicted with a status condition. Its stat spread, shown on screen, will consist of 85, 70, 95 bulk, giving it poor physical defense while being fairly lackluster on the special side. However, it makes up for it with its attack of 125 and special attack of 120, giving it great power on both sides of the spectrum, especially in Sun. Its speed is a little underwhelming at 105, but equipped with a Choice Scarf it can outspeed a lot. The signature move will become a Fire-type move, and will have a 30% chance of inflicting a burn on the target. Other notable moves, besides the obvious stabs, include Spiky Shield, Fire Lash, and Will-O-Wisp. Moving on, next up is the Electric Grass Yellow Pikmin, and these guys will have a bit more of a focus on agility. The Yellow Pikmin conduct electricity, but they can also be thrown high and have more precision in the air than any other type, besides the wings of course. They will have the ability Lightning Rod, drawing in electric attacks and boosting itself with them, and the secondary ability Wind Rider, owing to their ability to fly higher than any other type in the air. Unfortunately, it won't come into play much since they have a physical attack stat of 67. Their special attacks are a respectable 113, and they have a defensive spread of 105, 85, 78, meaning they can take a hit or two. This leaves a low speed of 52, but with priority moves like Follow Me and Helping Hand, along with support options like Volt Switch and an electric-type Seedy Shower with a 30% paralysis chance, it's still a force to be reckoned with. Finishing off the original three, we have the Blue Pikmin. With a defensive typing of Water Grass, these guys don't even need the immunity provided by Water Absorb. I'm looking at you, Ogre Pond Wellspring. Swift Swim would benefit them much more, giving them a great deal of usage in rain. Their hidden ability can be Hydration, though it probably won't be used often. Its physical attack is no joke either, resting at 112 and 65 special attack, while its speed, equal to Lander's Therian's at 91, gets boosted to 618 with max EVs and a plus speed nature and rain with Swift Swim. It also has alright bulk, sitting at 77, 64, 91, being frail physically but okay specially. Its signature move, which becomes Water type, has a 30% chance to lower the target's speed, letting it take advantage of its speed tier even after the rain has stopped. There's one last type from one, that being the often overlooked Puffmin. They'll be bulky grass ghost types with the abilities Effect Spore and Aftermath. Their defensive spread of 123, 90, 97 will keep them safe from many attacks, and their passable 81 attack will let them use their signature move, which has a 10% chance to afflict the target with the Curse status condition, removing 1/4 of their HP every turn. Their special attack of 63 doesn't matter, and a speed stat of 46 is enough of a trade-off for being so bulky. Now moving on to the Pikmin 2 gang, we have the Purples. These guys are great fighters, and thus grass fighting fits them well. They'll probably be the most min-maxed type of all, and will have the abilities Thick Fat because of their weight, and Intimidate, because seeing these guys hit the field would strike fear into the hearts of many. They would have a defensive spread of 117, 96, 119, giving them great bulk paired with Intimidate, and an attack stat of 130, giving them the terrifying firepower they're known for. Their special attack of 33 and speed of 25 are low, but these guys are bound to be great on Trick Room teams, especially paired with their signature move having a 30% chance to flinch the target and having Curse to further enhance itself. The Whites are next, and these are our speed demons. With the Grass Poison typing and the ability Poison Point, they'll be frail but fast. Their secondary ability can be Unburden, letting them shed an item to further improve their speed. They're brittle at 84, 57, 71 bulk, but incredibly fast with 136 speed, real ones will know just what that number means, and powerful with 117 special attack. They have a low 45 physical attack, but that won't matter much when they go off a 90 power special poison move that lowers the target's special defense 30% of the time. And we have one more type to look at from 2, that being the Bulbmin. These guys will be grass normal and will have adaptability because of their immunity to all elements, and strong jaw because of the bulb orb they host. Their defensive spread is alright, with 97, 75, 70, and they're a mixed attacker with 89 in both stats. Their speed is low, however, at 67. They're more balanced than the other types, though hopefully their signature move, which is actually different from the others, as the biting category Scoop Chomp is a 110 power, no drawback normal type move boosted by Strong Jaw. Now it's time to move on to Pikmin 3, starting with the physically bulky Rock Pikmin and their Rock Grass typing. They'll have the ability Solid Rock for obvious reasons, as well as the ability Sturdy, sort of referencing their ability to survive crushing. They have a bulk spread of 119, 145, 88, giving them amazing defense to use the move Body Press with, and a decent attack stat of 96. They also have low speed of 54 and special attack at 70, but we know by now that that won't matter when they're taking hits and retaliating with a signature Rock-type move that has a 30% chance to lower the target's defense and uses the user's own defense in calculation instead of attack. That is, if it goes physical. The winged Pikmin are up next, and what else would they be besides grass flying? They can have the ability Compound Eyes, boosting the accuracy of inaccurate moves like Sleep Powder, and the secondary ability Prankster, letting status moves go first. They have a bulk spread of 96, 73, 80, mixed attacking stats of 72, and middling speed at 87, but they have abilities and moves to make it worthwhile. Their signature move, being Flying type, will have a 30% chance to lower both of the target's attacking stats. Finally, we reach Pikmin 4, where we start with the Grass Ice type Ice Pikmin. Their first ability can be Snow Warning because of how their main job is freezing things, and Refrigerate because of how they use their icy powers in combat. They're especially bulky with a spread of 100, 84, 106, and their speed and attack at 26 and 60 respectively are low. However, I'm not just making them a defensive ice type because their 124 special attack and signature move with a 10% chance to freeze and an additional 30% chance to lower the target's special attack makes them a great Trick Room Mon. Finally, our last type are the Glow Pikmin, and these guys will be Grass Fairy. Their first ability, Magic Guard, offsets their very low bulk by making them immune to the chip damage of things like entry hazards, status effects, and weather. Their other ability can be Illuminate, and though it isn't useful in battle, Magic Guard is probably enough for them anyway. Their defensive spread is a lackluster 72, 47, 61, but their speed of 124 and attack stats of 80 physical and 116 special will let them do big damage, especially with their Fairy-type signature move having a 30% chance to paralyze the target on top of a 30% chance to lower their speed. Now it's time to rank each type from worst to best. I'll be doing this by taking into account both singles and doubles to the best of my ability, so let's start off with the Bulbmin. They have probably the worst stat distribution in the video, and their typing leaves something to be desired. They can increase their power through their abilities, but they're slow even with a Choice Scarf, and would likely be relegated to a lower tier. Number 10 holds the Ice Pikmin, with an awful typing that isn't really offset well by the min-maxing I did for them. They're good in Trick Room, but not great besides that. Number 9 is where we start getting into the tougher decisions, since they all have redeeming qualities. The Puffmin seem right here, despite their good defensive typing and bulk, and while a secondary curse chance is good, it isn't super easy to balance, and it's better to make it underwhelming than overwhelming. The Wings can sit at 8, because despite their awful typing, Prankster's Sleep Powder is incredibly good. It's balanced by Sleep Claws and singles and the prevalence of grass types and safety goggles and doubles, but these guys definitely have versatility outside of that to make it work, with 3 great abilities. The Yellows come in at 7, being decent in doubles with Friend Guard, good support, and decent offense. Their signature move being strong with a good paralysis chance doesn't hurt either. Number 6 holds the Blue Pikmin, being very threatening with great power and rain and speed control if you're lucky. Their typing is very nice, and they just have generally great attributes for Rainmon. The Glow Pikmin seems right for number 5, since they can serve a similar role Alakazam has in the past with Focus Sash and Magic Guard. They have the speed and power to come in and do good work, and Friend Guard lets them be great at supporting and attacking in doubles. The Rock Pikmin are very bulky, with a good defensive typing, great bulk, and lots of offensive options. They can even lower the target's defense for their allies with a Rock-type Seed Shower earning them a solid number 4. The Reds at number 3 are great mixed attackers with great offense, and can definitely shine on rain teams. Access to great moves, the ability to have Tailwind support in doubles, and multiple good abilities make this type versatile. The Whites are great for number 2, outspeeding max speed Fluttermane by 1 base point and retaliating with either a super effective CD Shower or a crippling status move. With Unburden, they might not even have to invest, and with Friend Guard, they provide their allies with an out against the Paradox Pokemon as well. Finally, the Purples, of course, take number 1. with incredible bulk and power, the ability to abuse Trick Room, and great offensive typing. These guys couldn't not be min-maxed, and giving them a little bit extra in terms of abilities couldn't hurt too much. This is all in good fun anyway, since I don't think any of these guys are going to be added. Let me know down in the comments if the Indigo Disc DLC dropped anything similar though. And there we have it! Suggestions for Pokemon based on Pikmin, complete with stats, abilities, and typings. Did I make them good enough? Was I a little too generous? Whether you agree with me or not, leave your thoughts down below in the comments. I really appreciate the feedback for future videos like this. Make sure to also like, subscribe, and ring the bell to not miss the rest of Pikmas, and join my Discord server linked in the description to just hang out with the community. You can also support me on Patreon like my current patron Super, or just buy me a coffee on Ko-fi. With that, I've plugged enough, so this is Shoot Kapow, over and out.